On October 25, 1415, the fields of northern France became a suffocating grave for the absolute cream of French chivalry. King Henry V of England was trapped, his army exhausted, starving, and ravaged by dysentery after weeks of marching. Blocking his path to the sea was a massive French army, outnumbering the English by as much as 5-1. The French knights were heavily armored, supremely confident, and eager to slaughter the English peasant archers. But the battlefield was a narrow, recently plowed field, hemmed in on both sides by dense, impenetrable woodlands. And worse for the French, days of torrential, freezing rain had turned the freshly churned earth into a deep, sticky quagmire. Henry ordered his men to plant a defensive wall of sharpened wooden stakes into the mud, bracing for the inevitable cavalry charge. When the French vanguard finally advanced, the mud immediately became their greatest enemy, sucking at the hooves of their armored warhorses. As the cavalry bogged down, Henry gave the signal, and thousands of English longbowmen unleashed a terrifying storm of steel-tipped arrows. The sky went dark as thousands of armor-piercing bodkin arrows rained down, finding the vulnerable gaps in the French armor. Panicked horses threw their riders into the freezing mud, while others turned and trampled their own advancing infantry. The French men-at-arms, weighing over 60 pounds in armor, struggled forward on foot, sinking up to their knees with every single step. By the time they reached the English lines, they were completely exhausted, gasping for air inside their heavy steel visors. The sheer weight of the French army pushing from the rear created a horrifying, inescapable crush at the front lines. Knights fell into the deep mud and could not stand back up, pinned beneath the crushing weight of their own falling comrades. Hundreds of the most elite nobles in France did not die by the sword, but suffocated face down in the freezing mud. When the English archers ran out of arrows, they did not retreat. They dropped their bows and drew their mallets, hatchets, and daggers. These lightly armored, highly mobile peasants swarmed the exhausted French knights, bludgeoning them through their helmets in the muck. They mercilessly targeted the vulnerable armpits, groins, and the backs of the knees, dragging the nobles down into the slaughter. The field became a chaotic butcher's yard, slick with blood, mud, and the shattered pride of the French aristocracy. Fearing a second French attack, Henry V made a ruthless, highly controversial decision that shocked the medieval world. He ordered the immediate execution of thousands of French prisoners, slitting their throats and burning them alive in the nearby barns. When the carnage finally ended, over 6,000 Frenchmen lay dead, including 3 dukes, 5 counts, and 90 barons. The English lost mere hundreds. The Battle of Agincourt proved that the age of the heavily armored knight was officially over. It was a victory not just of the longbow, but of terrain, mud, and the sheer, brutal mechanics of human suffocation.